What's up, guys, and welcome to the first and hopefully last Hytale Community Podcast, featuring all our beloved Hytale communities. Gregor the Cyborg, say hi. We got Heinz Animation. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
We got Heinz Animation.
Hello.
We got Jamie.
Hey.
And we got RPG Penguin.
Glad to hear it, 3Tap. All right, let's get right into the questions. Or I guess the
Twitter. No, the tweet. We're doing the tweets first.
Twitter, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got a recent tweet from John Hendricks who talks about a monk class potentially being in the game as a response to someone else. Can you read the question first? What was the initial tweet?
Yes, I will read the question. Just pulling it up on my phone real quick. And so, Faystar on Twitter asks, or I guess on X, asks, hey, I feel a little awkward asking stuff, but I've been curious if there would be any way to play a character that's like a monk, using martial arts to fight, and maybe having some healing abilities or remedies or something. I don't really expect it, but I think it'd be neat. And John Hendricks replies to this by saying, no need to feel awkward, and absolutely to playing a monk. And absolutely to playing a monk with some healing. And finishes off with, coincidentally, I am playing a monk for the first time in a modified 5e campaign. One of those campaigns where a few bad decisions and rolls later, I went from a half-orc to a tiefling.
Damn.
Wow.
So
monk class confirmed for high.
Yeah.
Monk class.
Yeah. So I suppose...
We don't know anything about like how the class system will work or anything, but like
Yeah.
Yep.
the thing is, he doesn't say like, oh, it's going to be like a healing class. He specifically calls out a monk. So like it could be that monks are canonically in the game itself, right? That's what
Yeah.
it could mean.
Yeah.
So is this like a new race we haven't heard of yet? Subtly leaked or
Or
anything?
maybe just an
It could just be a
NPC.
playstyle as well. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, because...
Like just is enhanced for it, like this.
Mhm.
So it could be a situation where certain equipment and stuff could change what kind of abilities and attacks you have. For instance, having some type of brass knuckles or something would give you a different fighting style that could sort of be qualified as a monk.
Well, wasn't that confirmed with like the weapon-specific abilities, or?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that could be what they
Was
mean.
that- I
Yeah,
think
it
it was-
was.
Yeah, because it's not monk isn't like a play style. It's more just a thing. Like
Mhm.
you know, you're playing as a monk. You're not playing like a monk. You know, so and
The one that
a lot of the
prays.
weapons. Yeah, so like a lot of the weapons are based around real things in the world. So maybe like
Mhm.
and you can like maybe craft or maybe even loot them if you like murder them in cold blood or something like that in their
Mhm.
monasteries in the mountains.
The
Yeah, something like that.
All right. So I think that wraps it up for the first X comment, not Twitter. We should still call it Twitter, honestly. All right.
X.
Mhm.
It's twitter.com. I think it's Twitter person.
No, it's X Twitter X.
X.com.
Oh, okay. I'm reading the link in Discord, so I don't.
Alright, so the second tweet we have is from J Mystic. They say, hi, I was just wondering, is this still a thing for Hytale? And it is an image of the friends page, like there is for audio listeners, a chat room with, one notification, 15 friends online, the username, and a profile picture. And then John Hendricks says, the UX keeps improving, but yes, friends and social are still an important thing.
Indeed.
So it's
Surprise.
Well,
So it's-
we already know that they're focusing on the social side of things a lot because they talk about being able to share, let's say, achievements of what you do in your adventure world or your
Yeah.
single player mini games.
Yeah.
All these, different things. So we kind of figured, they were working on the social side of things, but we don't know how in depth it is.
That is true. And they're still improving the UX, so who knows, when you get there, could have just, like, all the achievements listed out, and, like, username, levels, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so it could be like a massively in-depth system, and like maybe it ties into having like worlds that you can just join and leave at like any time. So you're like you can join your friends' worlds, and it's like really easy to set up instead of realms and all that. You know, you have a list of friends. You can see what they're doing. You can see what server they're on, or maybe even join their lobbies. Also, you've got all sorts of potential with like a friend system.
Well, we already know that you can join your friends into their games or their adventure worlds if they allow you to.
Yeah.
If you have the permit. Yeah.
Here's my question: do they have any like team-like task? Let's say there's a quest or something, and you have to bring a friend or something to complete that. That'd be really cool.
Well, I mean,
that's a good question to ask.
There's going to be like co-op. I'm sure the adventure mode is going to be available in both co-op and solo.
Yeah.
Right. So they're gonna. I don't think it's going to be a requirement to invite a player, because that's like it's probably going to leave out like quite a few players.
Well, they could have
quests
for both though. They might have like an extra quest if you want to do it type thing. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have two options.
Like maybe raid boss type thing. That'd probably be more for server side, but it could potentially be like have both have X amount of friends defeat this for this cosmetic.
Yeah.
Loot.
Shall we get into the questions?
We're going very fast. It's barely been 10 minutes and we're down all the tweets.
Way too fast.
That is true. That is true.
Well, we have plenty we can talk about too, of course, but yeah.
There's always time for
tame.
Hey, how do they stretch it out so long?
Yeah, I have no clue.
We're just firing through these.
It's harder than I thought.
Yeah.
Harder.
Remember, they do it like every single week. Well, this is like our first time, right?
Yeah.
So
like I said, guys, first and last community podcast.
Hally's hosted directly by the community.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh. All right, that's correct question.
All right, so good thing I picked 6 questions. The first
podcast this week, guys.
The first question is by Vidi, and they've asked about classes. This has been covered a lot on the podcast in the past, but with this new information, we could potentially have some more insight on what it could be. So, would there be classes in Hytale, like there is in Terraria? So, in Terraria, after Wall of Flesh, players spec into melee, ranged, or magic. They spend resources on a specific class, making melee less viable for mages, and vice versa. You can still use a sword as a mage, but the trinkets and armors you equip increase damage for spellcasting. Is it possible Hytale will have similar mechanics? Maybe the difference in weapons and armor pieces will enhance its power for the specific weapon that makes specking into a single weapon more viable using all of them. Actually, I think that was answered on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
These are old questions.
Yeah.
Is this from 2 months ago?
Yep.
Maybe we should have asked him to ping the Discord for the question.
Yeah. Although, so I guess with the new insight, we could build on that question that was asked last time, because we have the information of monks, and I did mention something about a healing thing that monks can do, so probably like self-healing, second wind type deal. So, weapon enhancements. What's everyone's thoughts on weapon enhancements?
So, weapon enhancements. So there's many clues that there is a type of enhancement, not necessarily like enchantments, but we know there's different. Let's say you have legendary, right? And legendary seems to have the most potential, like the most damage, perhaps, as an example. So there could be definitely enhancements. We don't know how you get these different levels.
Could be RNG. Like you're building this weapon, and it could be anywhere from like a poor to a godly type standing. Like
either you find them like they are, or maybe you have to refine them. Like you combine the same exact sword, let's say, and then it levels it up to to an epic.
Ninja sword.
I mean, just ideas.
Yeah.
I have no clue. None of us really do.
I think it's gonna be like kind of like an advancement of Minecraft's like enchanting system where you can. It's kind of like random, but I think they're gonna have ways in order to get specific things, like maybe a certain enemy type gives a certain resource that you can use to make a certain buff. But I don't think it's gonna be massively complicated. Like Minecraft is not massively complicated. It's just very random. So if you can add a lot more variety in like the enchants, like maybe against specific mob types, or
Mm-hmm.
like movement speed buffs, or like specific damage types like explosion, fire, poison, stuff like that, resistances to that. But have it in a way that's not random, and instead, if you want to put that stuff on your gear, you have to go out. It's very clear what you have to do, and you have to go out into the world, look for those resources, all those enemies, to kind of get that. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like that.
It could be also element related, you know. Maybe you have to get those
elements,
crystals, and
exactly.
those crystals could be the very thing that
Crystal.
you can enhance everything you want with them.
Or maybe essence of the other mobs, or like
Maybe that gives you stats, like in Genshin Impact. If you collect these things called sigils, you give it to a statue, and then it gives you more stamina. So maybe those crystals do some kind of permanent effect to the player's world as you collect them.
And that wouldn't, in fact, affect multiplayer in that way, because multiplayer, they said they're not going to have any unfair like leveling system or anything because there's multiplayer.
Yeah.
But if there's statues that are only in the campaign, then that would.
Well, it could be that you collect it and it only affects you too. Where like if you offer this crystal to a certain being or a certain faction or something, it gives you some kind of bonus. You know what I mean?
They're probably not going to do server-wide buffs. I feel that's a bit for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the individual could get maybe something out of it.
Yeah, I think individual power is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love like beacons, AoEs, and stuff like that. Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know, something like that. Should we do next question?
All right, there is a question by. I know this guy. It's Craig the Cyborg. Asked, what would be your pet or pets in Hytale, and what would be the name of the pets? I mean, personally, I'd like a pet penguin. I don't know what I'd call them yet, so I'll get back to that. What about you, Craig? You asked the question. What pet would you like?
I think it's something like a crossbreed between a golem and a lizard, but I don't have a name for it yet. It's like a lizard with stony scales or something like that, maybe. It's not even developed yet, so it's just an imagination yet.
Heinz,
Like
what about
a
you?
dinosaur robot.
Yeah, like a mech lizard.
Really simple. A cat. I'm not crazy. A cat. Name it. A cat.
I love it.
A cat.
Perfect.
I'm not crazy.
And it's not it's pretty actually going to happen as well. So
Yeah,
you can
cat.
prepare. I know about a mech lizard. Mech lizard sounds cool, but it's not. It's not confirmed.
All right. So Jamie, what kind of pet would you like to have?
Ooh, I get asked finally. Let's go. So I know y'all are
guess.
going to think I'm crazy, but if you remember that weird crawler-looking creature, they showed us that one time, like the weird vertical mouth or something. I could use that as a guard dog. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna walk in my house if they see that thing through the window personally. So
True.
that'd be
Oh
good.
my.
Right. And 3-Tap, what pet would you like?
I want a pet void eye, just a giant eye in the sky, floating around. You remember the void eyes? You guys know the void eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
One of
think,
those.
You might be a little crazy, but you know.
You know.
Perfect. They're kind of adorable, you know.
We think
Something about it.
Yeah, creepy, yeah.
All right.
I think we found our suspect. I think he's a listener from the other side.
Don't do that. I'm gonna reveal my secrets.
He's not denying it. I mean...
Yeah, that's true. What would you name the void eye?
No, something like I. That's a terrible. I don't know why I came up with that.
Okay.
This reminds me of my
Aye.
neighbor koala, E.
Aye.
About that.
Short and simple. Just I. I don't know. Something like that.
I.
I sounds bad, but I could name
I.
an I. Whatever.
The
Just
eye called
I.
eye.
Hopper would be a good name for a penguin.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Just call it like some like demonic name, the eye, just like whatever.
I have a good name. What's the name of that
Demonic
hero
name.
or something that when you look in her eyes you turn into stone
Medusa.
or something?
Bloody man.
Yeah,
Medusa.
name it
That's
Medusa.
that's a nice
Medusa.
name.
Oh, yeah, that works. That works. That works.
Medusa. Next question.
All right.
Master of transition.
Do you think that there will be a feature voting like Minecraft? As the Minecons usually have a feature to vote, do you think Hytale will ever do something like that in their conventions? And if so, what do you it would be like?
All right. I really want to give my non-biased and fair take. Okay. No. God, no. No. It is- Every single mob vote and biome vote has been awful. The sniffer was added. It was actually the best mob there. I think it should have won, but they added one flower. It does nothing.
Yeah.
Great feature, guys. Mojang, wrap it up. You've done a great job.
Maybe Hytale will get better. Will get better.
Yeah, I
material.
personally think they will not do voting like that because it actually splits the community up more so than brings them together. So,
Yeah.
Mojang, I'm talking to you. It's a good idea, but trust me, it just splits the community up more than you realize.
Rest in peace to my boy Soldier. Rest in peace. You will be missed.
A golem. The copper golem.
Oh, and that question was asked.
I'm just
by...
happy that I got the glow squid in. You know, it's totally so useful.
Yeah, wow.
God.
I disagree heavily with that decision. The question was asked by.
I vetoed your opinion.
No.
Oh lord.
Dream fell off since then, so we won't be able to influence any more votes.
And that question was asked by GordLover777. Right, do you want to head to the next one?
Yeah.
All right. This question is asked by Joey, and it is, who will run the official Hytale server, Hypixel Inc. or Hypixel Studios? The video we have seen so far of the Hypixel server shows the logo of Hypixel Inc., the company that runs Minecraft server. Do you think Simon's Hypixel Inc. will also be behind the official Hypixel server when the game launches?
Was the logo of the Hypixel Inc. in the original trailer? Because was that where it's from?
Yeah.
Because if so, that's old as hell.
Yeah.
Do we even have a Hypixel Studios logo back then? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Or
so,
did
yeah
we?
they're probably using it as a placeholder.
Maybe.
It could be a placeholder.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think Hypixel Inc. is. I think Hypixel Studios is like pretty much a separate company at this point.
Yeah.
It's just some of the people from there started this, so it's kind of like they're very different. But Hypixel Studios is making Hytale, and Hypixel Inc. is making the Minecraft server. That's what probably.
Those two are separate things, so don't think about any further.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you ready to head over to the next one?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Quick and dirty.
Yeah.
All right. Who will Hytale release? But how will Hytale release / marketing? They said it's big and loud. How will the marketing look like? Ooh, that's a good one.
Tricky.
New trailer. New trailer.
No, the thing is, right? They don't need to do anything. They literally don't. Listen, people have been waiting on Hytale for like 5-6 years, right? Minecraft. I think Hytale was partly responsible for Minecraft's return because it brought people back into their genre. But Minecraft, like on the internet, has grown so much. Every single current Minecraft YouTuber, influencer will play Hytale. They just will. It's something they're gonna do. It's gonna be a big new thing. They will play it. They don't need to do anything. People are gonna play it because it's the cool new Minecraft thing, you know. They're just gonna. That's all they. They literally don't need to do anything. But if they do something big and loud, it's gonna be even bigger.
Maybe like
They
a tournament.
want Hytale to dominate the gaming industry, right? So it's tricky.
It needs to be free.
If you overhype and over market, then the expectation may be higher, and then you'll get like this big mass of players, and then it dissipates, right? So I'm confident they'll do it correctly, and I think, you know, based off all the hints on beta and stuff, we'll start getting the hints that it's about to happen, and then the test will begin, like the betas and all of that, and then it'll just go boom, everyone can play kind of situation. thing is, marketing wise, are they gonna spend on ads before beta or after beta? You know what I mean? I don't know when they plan to go strong about it, but they compare themselves to Riot, like as Noxie said, when it's Riot, so you know when Riot is releasing a game. So that's a big enough hint to me. They're gonna market it very widely.
So it's all laid out then.
Yeah.
Riot's marketing is very gameplay first. Like you watch all their trailers and stuff they put out, it's like, this is the game, this is how you play it, this is, this is,
But this is
stuff
like an
that.
RPG though, so they might give it like a very, very different perspective of advertising, because
Yeah.
Hytale targets so many different areas of gameplay.
Mhm.
They could have
Yeah.
a trailer just for combat. They could have a trailer just for the adventure mode experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Riot can market like that because they're all competitive games, so
I mean,
people care
if the
more about
modding
gameplay.
tools are good enough, they could make an ad just on that, like make whatever you want with Hytale, basically. Kind of referencing back to like the Roblox ad like 10 years ago.
Oh my god. The one where the plane flies through the Roblox logo and explodes?
I think
Is that
that's
the
it.
Roblox
They say,
one?
Yeah.
it says
Yeah,
build
that one.
anything or whatever.
Oh,
Build
man.
anything, break anything type thing. I don't know.
I literally don't think Hytale will fail at all. It
Mhm.
100% it won't. That I don't know how people feel about that, but I literally it won't. It just
I've been
won't.
pretty confident in this game,
Yeah.
and people think I'm a psychopath sometimes.
And yeah,
It is
It's
the
good
Minecraft
chances.
game.
It's good chances.
I like its odds, you know?
my chances.
Hey, I
It's
mean,
got a
you,
pretty good
you and me,
chance.
Heinz, we make up most of the comments in the trailer.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We just think it once. Forever. Lucky.
What if the Hytale marketing was just like a story hook of some kind?
Sort of, I think.
I don't know about story. I think story is one of the things people care the least, like not the least, but like
Dang.
less about.
I
Because it's
guess
probably
I'm-
gonna no,
it
no,
depends,
it's probably
right?
gonna be good. But there's so much more. There's like an advanced multiplayer. There's modding. There's a whole sandbox element, and all that. So and there's like probably going to be a way for modders to support themselves. I think people are going to care a lot more about that. The story is just going to be a nice, cool feature for a minority of the player base to enjoy.
Right.
I think, I think it's going to be a big reason to keep playing the campaign, but not a major focus. But I do think it is something that separates Hytale from Minecraft, so they probably will do a little bit of a push on that.
Right. Should we head to the final question?
Already? Jesus.
Yes, we've gone through 5.
Yeah.
It's the 6th one. It is by someone who's also here, Heinz Animation. Alright, so, what do you think... Wait. No, where do you think Hytale will be released on? Steam, Riot Client, Epic Games, and so on. Or on their own launcher? I mean,
I can
Riot
actually talk
Games,
about this.
definitely. Alright, go for
I
it.
can actually talk.
Yeah.
I remember I think it was 2019. I was in a call on the Quebec Corner Discord. Noxie was in it, and I asked him that. I actually asked Noxie like 5 years ago, will it be on Steam or like Epic or on? This was before Riot, so Riot that wasn't even in the conversation. And he said it's going to be on its own launcher. So I can actually answer that. No, I know no one's going to believe me, but that was the one thing I remember.
100%
that time.
confirmed. Noxie, right from Noxie.
2 years before Riot, it's definitely happening like that. But no.
It's confirmed.
That's just it might have changed. I don't think that was a very official conversation, but I remember that very vividly.
Confirmed, you heard
Trust
it right
me.
here on the Hytale Podcast.
But that is a long time
long,
ago. I
long
mean,
time.
although I'm still faithful, it probably still is on its own launcher. You know, Riot is involved.
Definitely.
They might put it on their launcher. I don't know.
Yeah,
It could go on
I don't
multiple
think-
launchers. It really just depends on what route they take. Cause they want it to reach as many people as possible. So it's really tricky.
Though we can probably
No,
roll out
that's-
like Steam and Epic.
I don't know about.
Possible.
I think it
On
could,
Steam.
but I don't think that's very likely.
It's very unlikely, I think.
Yeah,
Also, because of the budget cuts when they have to put it on, let's say, Steam and Epic.
30%.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Alright.
Okay.
So, how do they wrap up a podcast?
Has anyone ever watched that far into them?
I mean, I have, but I've forgotten.
That was rude.
Uh,
See,
rude.
Hytale Podcast.
This was a 30-minute podcast. This was very short.
I mean, what?
We can do
There's been
more
a
if you
30 minutes one recently.
No,
Yeah.
this week we have less the short attention span people. We
No.
give 30 minutes.
Yeah, we need an 18-minute
Don't worry,
podcast
guys.
stat.
Don't worry, guys. Next week there'll be a trailer we can analyze.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You heard it right here.
It'll be
And
much
go
better.
check out the
Um,
Hytale Podcast Discord in the link in the description below. Canadian Flash, I'm looking
Should
at
we do
you.
self promo? Any self promos?
I mean, yeah, sure, why
I'll
not?
go first. I'll go first. Something on YouTube at 3tap. Thank you. Anyone else?
I'm also on YouTube. RPG Penguin.
Same.
RPG
Same.
Penguin.
I got the Cypod. It's also on YouTube.
All right.
Animation. No, crazy.
And
Eye animation, very cool stuff. Jamie, you got anything?
Well, I mean, I'm always part of different things. Here's the thing. I don't have like a serious channel at the moment.
That's fine.
I mean, I'm part of Hytale Together. I used to manage Hytale News. Currently, I just have a random channel up there called Triple Castro. You tell me which one you want to go look into. I know
All of
that.
them.
It's fine, yeah.
If you
Alright.
want dumb memes, go to Triple Castro. If you want Hytale, obviously Hytale Together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the Hytale podcast, and we'll see you next time. Or we won't, because this is the last community podcast. Cheers.
goodbye.
Yeah.